Hello, 2A parents. So I just wanted to do this because I know a lot of parents have questions about the new homework format that was sent home on Sunday. This included a checklist with various activities that you can do at home with your child. So I just wanted to go through the checklist, what all the boxes mean, and address some other questions like how much time you should be working in each area, printed homework, and then what should be turned back in on Sunday. So, first, let's just go through the checklist. The first section on the checklist is to read just right books. This means books that are at your child's reading level. These can be library books or just books that you have at home. It does not have to be done online, it should be done offline. One of the school's suggestions is for students to be reading for 20 minutes every night. So you would just be reading at home with them, and each night you would tick off that box when you're finished reading books at home. The second area on our checklist is called extra math, and I know that this is new to some of you, so I'm just going to show you the website really quick and talk to you about extra math. Okay, so this is the extra math website. You would just go to the students tab up here, enter my email, and then the name and the PIN that was sent home to your child on Monday. Sign in.
Welcome to Extra Math.
And what this does
We'll
is
start out with a short.
What this does is give you fact fluency problems to work on. So your child will just see the addition problem and then type in the answer on their keyboard. Okay, so it's really just to get them working on their fact fluency and see how quickly they're answering the problems. And the goal of this is really to just help them memorize their addition, subtraction, and onwards to multiplication and division facts. Next on the checklist is RAS Kids, which I know most of the parents are now familiar with, but I'll go through that really quickly just to show you in case you have not used that yet at home. This is the RAS Kids website. You would simply find your student's name, enter their password, and once you're logged in, it's going to take you here to Reading Room and Level Up. Reading Room is where you can select books to read, and then Level Up is when you feel your child has read well enough at that reading level, you can choose to level up on your own and move onward to the next reading level. Otherwise, the reading levels will be updated every 3 months when we do DRA testing at school. In the reading room, there are many different areas that you can choose from. Let's just take a look at some of them. We can see that there's leveled books, ABC books, but our kids are too old for that. Close reading is a literacy tool that you can use. And then there's different selections of books, like character books, comic books, books with high frequency words, which is great for them to practice with. But most of the time you can just select leveled books. Those are choosing the just right reading books that we talked about earlier. So when you choose these books, we see a little headphone symbol here. This enables your child to listen to the book first and helps them familiarize themselves with the words that are in the book. Next, they can click on the book tool where they would read it themselves. And then the third box is a question mark where they answer comprehension questions about the book that they've just read, which is great for them to practice comprehension skills. Okay, the fourth box on our checklist is front row math. I really like front row, and I'm really excited to tell you guys about this one. So when you log into front row, you can see there's many different things to click on here. We see number facts, word study, decodable, sight words, and then at the bottom, there's a math button, that's the lion, and an ELA button, the elephant, and then assignments. So first, the assignments button is something that I've assigned to all the kids, and this will be sent out weekly. As long as all the students have completed the assignment, I can send out a new one, and it will be related to something that we're learning currently in class. In addition to this, I really like this word study tool. This has many different, so you may have to do the pretest first, but it actually allows you to practice different patterns of phonics spelling. And that's really great both for spelling homework and practice, as well as for the MAP test, because this is very similar to the word study questions that they have on MAP testing. Now, let's take a look at the ELA area. So in ELA, you have to take the pretest first, but after you take the pretest, you're given many articles that you can select from. In the articles, there will be a passage for your child to read and then questions that they answer about it. And I really like this because the format is very similar to the MAP testing, so it gives them great experience with practicing for the MAP test. And it's good, to just keep practicing that comprehension just like they do on Raz Kids. It's a little different than Raz Kids though, because it's not full books, it's just articles, which means that they have a lot of nonfiction selections. And I find that the kids are a little weaker in that area. So it's really good practice for them. Let's go back and take a look at math now. In the math section, you can see there's several different areas that the children can choose from. Fact practice, just like what they're doing on extra math, fractions, counting and cardinality, so that's number sense, operations and algebraic thinking, base 10, geometry, measurement and data. So right now in class, we're practicing measurement and we're also practicing geometry, learning 2D and 3D shapes and variations of those things. So for me, I would suggest that at home, you're practicing measurement and data and geometry right now because it goes along with our current unit. However, it's always good to go back and practice things that we've already covered, such as base 10, because those math concepts will keep coming up in class again and again. And like I said before, the questions here in front row are formatted very similarly to what's on the MAP test, especially if you're practicing on a tablet, because that's what the kids use in MAP testing. But basically it provides a question and then the children have to answer. So this question, which of the following units provides the best estimate in the sentence? A basketball court is about 15 blank long. And we can see at the bottom, there's different selections that you can choose from. And I really like it because if you're wrong, it gives you a chance to try again. When you get it wrong twice, it gives you a mini lesson on the screen for what to do. And we can see here, need help, ask these classmates. These are showing some of the classmates that are already strong in this area, which is really great. They have someone in class that they can rely on to help them in math. It's fine for the kids to ask me, oh, Miss Deanna, can I work with Yassine today? I want him to be my partner. I'm totally fine with that. And again, this is giving me as the teacher really great information because I know who's got this and who maybe still needs work on this, and it really allows for me to tailor my instruction. So I really love this app so much, and I really hope that you come to love it too. Okay, and finally, we have spelling practice. You can do this on Spelling City or any other spelling activities that you've done in the past. I know on past newsletters, we sent home suggestions of ways you can do word work at home, whether it's writing sentences or looking up definitions of words or giving yourself a little practice test. Spelling City has interactive games on the computer. I know some of the parents want to limit screen time, so I'm totally fine with you determining maybe you don't want to use Spelling City because you don't want all that screen time with your children. Then you can just do spelling practice offline as you have been doing in the past. This does not need to be done online. So it's really important that you know, number 1, reading Just Right books, and number 5, spelling practice does not need to be done online. Okay, now let's answer some other questions that we had. One of the questions I received was, how much time should we be working online with these programs? And my answer is as little as 10 minutes a night or as much as you want. So if the kids are really enjoying themselves on extra math, although extra math is actually quite limited, you do one activity and then you're done with extra math, whereas Front Row and Raz Kids, you're more free to spend as much time as you like on those apps. And I find, if the kids are really enjoying their learning, then it's great for them to just have that free range activity going on. This is not them, watching My Little Pony on YouTube or something. They are doing some active learning in these apps. Let's talk about printed homework, though. The kids really do need handwriting practice. They need that fine motor skill. And in my opinion, it's always good to put pencil to paper with math. So we will continue to have homework sent home each week. It will include handwriting, some kind of reading or English homework, and math. With the math homework, I'm going to be sending home answer keys so that way you can help your child work through their answers. If they have something wrong or they're not understanding, you can check the answer and see maybe this is where you went wrong and help explain that to them. What should be turned back in on Sunday? You're going to be turning in the checklist, the handwriting homework, and the reading and language arts homework. You do not need to turn in the math because I know that the answer key has gone home. Now, while I've got you, I also wanted to talk to you about some new reading homework that is going to be sent home. The reading homework that will be sent home is specifically driven towards fluency homework. It will also include some comprehension questions. This is going to be sent home on a weekly basis starting this coming Sunday. And the reading homework will be sent home at your child's reading level. So not every student is going to get the same passage for homework, which is fine. What this is going to do is help your child excel more at their own pace. Let's take a look at what this reading homework looks like. Okay, so this is the first page of the reading homework. We can see here it's just a short reading passage, and this is really for kids to practice their fluency. It will be at their current reading level, and as they complete 4 weeks of homework, their reading level will go up to the next level for them to continue their practice in a progressive manner. There will be 4 days that you work with this worksheet, and each day you will be sitting with your child and recording their reading for 1 minute. And when that 1 minute is up, I want you to mark where they've finished reading. On the sheet, you see a column of numbers down the side. Each column corresponds with the total words that have been read at the end of that line. So for example, the first line, there are 9 words in it, and we can see a 9 to the right of it. The second line has 8 more words, and if they finish that second line in 1 minute, then they've read a total of 17 words. So this is for you to mark down how quickly the reading rate is. What you'll do is put the total number of words in the first box, and while you're tracking it, you should be tallying up how many words they may have missed and made a mistake on. That will be subtracted from the total words that they read in 1 minute, and then we'll get the total number of words read correctly, and that is their words per minute. When we're reading for fluency, we're looking for accurate words, and in addition to that, we're looking for reading with expression. So we can see here in the first line, it says, "Come on, it'll be fun." When we see an exclamation point, we want to make sure that the kids are reading with more expression than when they're reading to the end of a full stop. So you want to make sure they have that inflection on fun. In addition to this, we want to make sure that they are heeding other punctuation. So if we move down to the second line, something I see the kids do a lot when we're reading is the kids move forward in the line, Luna gripped, and they don't pause at the full stop. This is something that you can help them practice with at home. I've told them as soon as they see a full stop, they stop. They should pause for 2 seconds and then continue reading the next sentence so it sounds more natural. The kids moved forward in the line. Luna gripped her hands. Okay, and this is not a contest to see who can read the fastest. We do not want the kids to know, well, I'm being timed, so I need to rush through this. No, we're supposed to be reading at a natural speed in the same manner that we speak with. So that's the first page of the reading homework. When we go down to the second page, there are comprehension questions that they will answer each day after they finish reading the passage. So on day 1, they would read, you'll time them through 1 minute to count their words, then they'll turn over and they'll answer the first question. And they need to read all the directions. Read the text, underline details that tell you about Luna. So that's the first step. They need to underline the details and then they answer the question. So this is really about reading directions as well as comprehending what they've just read. At the top, we see all of these icons and some text underneath. These are actually tips for you to help them improve their reading at home. So it'll be really beneficial for you to read those on a weekly basis as well. So that's it for our new homework format. If you have any questions, you can always message me on Remind or send me an email at dspellman@aisegypt.com. I'd love to hear from you, and I hope that you are looking forward to this new homework methodology as much as I am. Thank you.